Second-year players. Are we looking at sophomore slumps or potential breakouts? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jake, Fantasy Headliners, coming at you again today, talking about some second-year players and whether we're going to have some sophomore slumps or some potential breakouts. I'm going to give you guys a little hint. These are the ones that are probably going to break out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing we're going to talk about is quarterback. And I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes out there in Kansas City and his potential breakout here in 2018. They brought him there to throw the ball. There's no question about it. But they do have a ton of running backs on the roster. So they're still going to run a lot in Kansas City. But Patrick Mahomes gives them the opportunity to do things that Alex Smith couldn't. Now, up until last year, Alex Smith couldn't throw the deep ball. Well, that changed, but by that time they already had Patrick Mahomes, the future of the franchise. So they let Alex Smith walk. Patrick Mahomes is there, and now he gets to throw the ball to all those weapons in Kansas City. And they brought in Sammy Watkins. They still got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, Spencer Ware, Damian Williams, everybody else in the backfield that they got. He's going to have weapons all over the place. And their defense is okay, nothing great. So they're going to be trailing at times, and he's going to be throwing the ball. Now, he's a rookie. He's going to throw some interceptions. But this kid has a cannon for an arm, total gunslinger mentality. And he's got quick, fast weapons all over the place. Right now, he's ranked quarterback 19. And in some of these deeper leagues, this is somebody that you can wait on a little bit longer, take a chance on it, and hope for the breakout. Because he's got all the potential in the world to have one. All right, what about a running back? Let's go to Joe Mixon out in Cincinnati. Now, if you would have asked me a couple weeks ago what I thought of Joe Mixon, I wasn't too much on that train. And it has nothing to do with Joe Mixon. I like Joe Mixon and the kind of game that he has. What I don't like is Marvin Lewis and his hatred for fantasy players. It just didn't seem to matter how good Mixon would look. Gio Bernard would come in the next week and take all the carries. It didn't matter. There was no rhyme or reason as to how they were using him. Maybe they just wanted to give him a year to get his feet wet. Well, now his feet are wet. Reports are coming out, which I know you can't 100% believe, but it's sounding more and more like Mixon's going to get a chance to be the workhorse back in Cincinnati. He's dropped some weight. He looks great. And he's kind of like a Le'Veon Bell light. Not quite that same talent, but that patient type of running style. And they're going to need it in Cincinnati. Their offensive line is slightly improved, and he's going to be a great three-down back if given the opportunity. Right now, he's ranked at running back 16. He could, if given the opportunity, get into the top 10 this year. I'm looking for Joe Mixon to have a 2018 breakout. Let's go to another running back. Let's go up to Indy and talk about Marlon Mack. Now, last year, we all thought Marlon Mack was going to get more of a chance then. But Frank Gore just wouldn't go away. The dude's like 300 years old and doesn't ever get hurt. It's like he doesn't age. But he's gone. He's down in Miami. And now they've signed Christine Michael and Robert Turbin. But come on. Marlon Mack is the man in Indy as of today. So, with that being said, great pass-catching ability. You know, you don't have to worry about Gore stealing the carries anymore. He averaged 3.8 yards per carry on the ground and over 10 yards in the air. He can play all three downs. He looked great at times last year, just didn't get the opportunity. The opportunity is coming. And right now is running back 36. Wonderful breakout potential. All right, how about a wide receiver? Let's go to Tennessee and talk about Corey Davis. I was all over the Corey Davis, hype train last year. I loved Corey Davis, and he just couldn't seem to stay healthy. And I hated it because as much as Marcus Mariota isn't the purest passer in the NFL, Davis had the athletic ability to make something out of nothing. And at times last year, you guys saw it. He looked great. He just couldn't stay healthy. Didn't even come into the season healthy. But it's a new year. He looked great at the end of the year, looked great in the playoffs with 2 touchdowns. Coming in healthy this year. Mariota another year under his belt. And right now he's ranked wide receiver 34. That's great value for somebody that you can get a little bit later with huge, huge upside. I like some Corey Davis for a breakout this year. All right, tight end. Let's go to Cleveland and talk about David Njoku. This guy is like crazy athletic, like scary athletic. And last year he looked great too. The only problem last year is Kaiser was throwing it 15 yards over his head. We all seen what Tyrod's done in the past. We don't even know if Tyrod's going to be the quarterback all season. But he's going to start the season as the starter as of today. And he used to key on Charles Clay all the time in Buffalo. It's kind of like a safety blanket. And if a quarterback has a tendency to use his safety blanket, he's going to use it here too. David Njoku is way more talented, way more athletic than Charles Clay was. And that can only mean good things for both parties. So look for David Njoku this year to have a total breakout. And at tight end number 15, in a position that's kind of weak, really? There's not a whole lot of solid tight ends. Just wait on tight ends. Get yourself David Njoku late. Reap the benefits. So I've done this in past videos, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to add somebody in as a bonus. He's really not a second-year player, but let's be real with each other. Up until last year, you'd never heard of him anyway. I'm talking about Trey Burton, now of the Chicago Bears. They've already said that they wanted to turn him into a Travis Kelce-ish light. Kelce light up there in Chicago. And Trubisky is going to love this guy's athletic ability, especially in the red zone. I do expect them to give Trubisky a little bit more rope this year, but Trey Burton's going to be a great safety blanket for Trubisky there in Chicago. I know a lot of us thought that it was going to be the Adam Shaheen show going forward, but the more this goes on, the more it looks like Trey Burton's the guy. So right now, Trey Burton sitting at tight end 12, somebody you can wait and get a little bit later, and have yourself a solid starting tight end. I'm all aboard the Trey Burton bandwagon this year. All right, guys, those are my top 5+1 second-year breakouts. If there's somebody else that I didn't cover you want to talk about, you know how we do here. We like to be interactive, so hit me up with a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to converse with you on any player that you would like. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Really appreciate the support. Channel's growing like crazy. Just make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later, though. Thanks. Bye.